Thanks, Aerospike team, to provide me an opportunity to talk over here and presenting InMobi. Let me introduce myself. This is Anshul. I work as a director of engineering in demand platforms, which is DSP, one of the topmost platform and catering a lot more needs for marketing advertisers. Uh, uh, at least to provide the InMobi context, which people don't know, is we are into app advertising domain, and it's been almost more than 15 years of experience where we are trying to help our mobile marketeers who basically want to drive multiple use cases with the help of us, right? We are into this domain from a lot of time, and there has been a lot more deep technology advancement and a lot of MLAI stuff being consumed to cater the needs of our customers. What do we do as a DSP? I think a very simple use case when any app developer want to get into the market, they basically needs user, they needs download, they need to uh, high LTV for those users and return on ad spend, right? And since this is completely with related to user, privacy comes first as the first class citizen, and that is how we need to be in that consortium to cater the needs of our customers. So as a DSP, we actually help them to drive all these four use cases. Uh, at least in DSP, we are trying to cater and use Aerospike. Okay, I think Aerospike is not new to us. It's been almost more than 10 years. We are using Aerospike back to 2013, I guess. And there has been a lot more evolution on top of what all use cases we have actually uh, riding on and catering our customers. So most of the use cases which has been happening with IDSP within InMobi are for caching, feature store. A latency optimized architecture is the topmost priority, and we basically require Aerospike for effective traffic shaping. So these are the two of four major use cases, if you ask me, that Aerospike is helping us to cater most of the time. So at least the very first thing which is being used for Aerospike is inline user store. Uh, Consider this is basically used for our user profiling, user data, where we are trying to create a profile of user data across multiple spectrums just to understand how this user works, how this user behaves, and how this user is actually helpful for us. So user is the topmost entity for us to figure out anything to do with, and that is how the targeting, that is how the pricing, bidding, and everything works. So user profiling as an inline user store is one of the topmost use case for us, where it basically help us to figure out that how this user will help us to drive the revenue, right? So that's the very first use case as a setup. Second thing is caching. Now, caching, we use it for basically two purpose. One is for ad cache, which is nothing to reduce our cost and the overall round trip time. A user store cache is basically just to reduce the read-write cost on other underlying data stores we have in place. And third use case for Aerospike we are using for our budget reconciliation. That's to a real-time use case because for us, doing a prediction, doing the forecasting, and doing the for doing the pricing, bidding, we need almost real-time data, and that is where the Aerospike is helping us to figure out the all data in a real time, mostly. So these are the major five things which we are doing right now in our user store. Mostly, this is used for traffic shaping. And when I say traffic shaping, I'm talking about a million of QPS. Uh, Obviously, in a tech world, we talk about the volume. It's all about the exchanges where we get the traffic from. And QPS is unlimited, right? And we are talking about QPS is not like 100K, 200K. I'm talking about million of QPS. Actually, this QPS is actually required to be throttled, required to be looked at it at deeper level. And that is where we use our intelligent algorithms, which actually being powered by the signals being stored in our online user stores, right? So that's the very first use cases. Again, these signals also helping us to do the targeting and bidding, That's the next use case, which is being catered through our inline user store. Overall round trip time is one of the most critical aspect because in a tech world, every millisecond required to be handled in a very precious manner, and that helps you to reduce the cost, acquire the customer, and also help us to bid effectively, right? Later on, there are the other features which is coming with the Aerospike, which is out of the bound, like UDF function and other stuff, which is also helping us without doing any lot of extra computation and actually helping us to save the round trip latencies. So this add cache is it's something like just to reduce our overall compute path. When I say overall compute path, since I talked about the lot of QPS, if we are supposed to handle all the data and their responses in our data store, it will actually kill us in terms of cost, in terms of the way we need to handle the data, and it's an ever growing problem, right? So what we do is we basically create the add cache, and whenever it is required, we basically ask customers to call our cache and actually provide the data at runtime rather than every time we are actually sending the data to the customers. So that's the major use cases. User cache is nothing but profiling and other data which is being catered or powering the signals of the targeting just to provide the quick response. This is the scale we are working, and we currently, as we speak, we are at that stage. Our clusters are taking almost 2 to 3 million of QPS. Latency is less than 10 milliseconds at P99. Actually, it's around 7.8 milliseconds. We have around 10 billion number of keys which is being stored. Data is around 30 TB, and cluster is our more than 50 nodes. That one different geography. So that's the scale we are working at InMobi. I think I'm done. That's all I have for this forum. Happy to answer any questions if you guys have.